जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यमुना तीरावनचारी। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना। यमुना तीरावनचारी। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी। जय कृष्ण रुक्मिणी जय सत्यभामा। कृष्ण रुक्मिणी जय सत्यभामा। जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय। गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय विष्णुपाद प्रमंस परिव्राजकचर्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस ये श्री भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Jai Vishnupat Paramahansa Parivrajikacharya Ashtottara Sata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhari Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Grantharaj Srimad-Bhagavatam Ki Jai Shri Shri Krishna Rukmini Satyabhama Ki Jai Shri Shri Gaurnitai Ki Jai Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25, The Glories of Devotional Service, text number 30. Tad etat me vijanihi tadetan me vijanihi tadetan me vijanihi yatha aham manda dhihi hare yathaham mandadhir hare yathaham mandadhir hare sukham buddhyeya durbodham sukham buddhyeya durbodham sukham buddhyeya durbodham yosha bhavad anugrahat yosha bhavad anugrahat yosha bhavad anugrahat tadetan me vijanihi yathaham mandadhir hare sukham buddhyeya durbodham yosha bhavadanugrahat tadetan me vijanihi yathaham mandadhir hare sukham buddhyeya durbodham yosha bhavadanugrahat. Tat etat, that same, may to me, vijanihi, please explain, yatha, so that, aham, I, manda, slow, dhihi, whose intelligence, hare, O my Lord, sukham, easily, buddhyeya, may understand, durbodham, very difficult to understand, yosha, a woman, bhavat anugrahat, by your grace. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. My dear son Kapila, after all, I am a woman. It is very difficult for me to understand the absolute truth because my intelligence is not very great. But if you will kindly explain it to me, even though I am not very intelligent, I can understand it and thereby feel transcendental happiness. Kindly repeat, my dear son Kapila, after all, I am a woman. It is very difficult for me to understand the absolute truth because my intelligence is not very great. But if you will kindly explain it to me, even though I am not very intelligent, I can understand it and thereby feel transcendental happiness. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Knowledge of the absolute truth is not very easily understood by ordinary, less intelligent men. But if the spiritual master is kind enough to the disciple, however unintelligent the disciple may be, then by the divine grace of the spiritual master, everything is revealed. Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur therefore says, Yasya Prasadat, by the mercy of the spiritual master, the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavat Prasadaha is revealed. Devahuti requested her great son to be merciful towards her because she was a less intelligent woman and also his mother. By the grace of Kapila Deva, it was quite possible for her to understand the absolute truth, even though the subject matter is very difficult for ordinary persons, especially women. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mokam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Deenataranam. Some days back, there was a video of Sudhamurthy. Everyone knows about Sudhamurthy, isn't it? Infosys, Narayan Murthy, Sudhamurthy, they are all famous. Sudhamurthy was explaining on some show. She was talking, she was telling, after her daughter married Rishi Sunak, and later Rishi Sunak became the Prime Minister of England. After he became Prime Minister, Sudhamurthy was telling how she went once to London. And when she reached London, she was required to fill out a form with her name and the address at which she would be staying. Naturally, because she was going to meet her daughter and son-in-law, she wrote the Prime Minister's address, 5 Downing Street or something like that, whatever that is. The moment that immigration officer there, he saw the address, he looked at her and he said, "Who are you? Where are you going? Why are you going to why are you writing Prime Minister's address?" Then she told him, "I am the mother-in-law of the Prime Minister," and he was like shocked because she looked like a very ordinary woman. And he was surprised that this is the Prime Minister's mother-in-law and she's coming just like an ordinary person filling out the form, giving, he was totally shocked. Whenever a relative of a great personality, we come across maybe Prime Minister's mother, Prime Minister's brother, or the President's mother, President's father, any relative of a great person, naturally evokes respect amongst the people. Because somebody is the mother-in-law of the Prime Minister of the country, she will not be an ordinary woman. You cannot treat her like an ordinary citizen. She's definitely, she's above all the common mass of people. Now, Devahuti is also not an ordinary woman. She is the daughter of Swayambhuva Manu. Manu who rules over the entire humankind. She is his daughter, not an ordinary person. Imagine if there was, let us say, there was one emperor today in this world who ruled over the whole earth, and he had a daughter. That daughter will not be ordinary person. Even higher than that, Devahuti became the wife of Kardama Muni, who was a great Mahayogi, great accomplished devotee of Vishnu. That was an even greater thing, to become the wife of Kardama Muni. So again, on that front also, Devahuti was not an ordinary woman. Even higher than that, Devahuti became the mother of Kapila Deva, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, an avatara of Krishna. Imagine the mother of an avatara of Krishna. That's something very extraordinary. We can understand from this that Devahuti must be a very highly qualified person, not an ordinary person at all. But in today's verse, what is she saying? She is saying, Aham mandhadihi. I am a very less intelligent person. I have no intelligence. I am a fool. And Yosha, I am an ordinary woman. For me, the knowledge of the absolute truth is durbodham, very difficult to understand. My intelligence is not very great. It is very difficult for me to understand the absolute truth. So will you kindly explain it to me, even though I am not very intelligent? This is the way Devahuti is presenting herself. Normally in this world, if somebody is related to some big person, how will that person be? You will see many times, sometimes people share on social media. One a traffic policeman stops a car, then the window rolls down, and this man who is sitting inside, he asks the constable, तुमको पता है मैं कौन हूं? ना यार तेरी माँ, do you know who I am? I am the MLA's nephew. विधायक का भांजा हूं मैं, मेरी गाड़ी रोक रहे हो? You are stopping my car. I am the nephew of the MLA. Maybe the MLA won't even know such a nephew exists. But becoming the nephew of an MLA, a simple MLA, people become filled with so much pride. Oh, I am the nephew of the MLA. So you can imagine, father and mother of the Prime Minister of the country, how much more ego they must be having. Devahuti, daughter of Manu, ruler of the whole humankind, wife of Kardama Muni, who could travel all over the Swargalokas at will. Even the Devatas cannot do that. He could travel like that. And over and above that, mother of the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kapila Deva. So, what is her position and how she should think about herself? But she is thinking none of those things. She is not thinking, hey, I am so-and-so person. She is not telling Kapila, hey, after all, you are my son. Come on, tell me. Tell me quickly, I want to hear. She is not saying. She is saying, Yosha, I am a simple, uneducated woman. And I am mandadi, I am a fool. I have no intelligence at all. This is how she is presenting herself. Actually, this is not true. She is an exalted personality. She is a highly intelligent woman. That's how she chose Kardama Muni as her husband. She did not choose anyone else. Even the Gandharvas would faint upon seeing the beauty of Devahuti. So if she wanted to marry somebody from the Swargaloka, some Devata, they would have stood in a queue to marry her. But no, she rejected all of them and she said, I want to marry Kardama Muni. Because she was very intelligent. Because she knew that Kardama Muni is a person who can deliver me from the cycle of birth and death. Not all these Devatas and all, they all cannot help me. So highly intelligent woman and very qualified, even from the perspective of her birth, her dynasty, etc. But she is presenting herself like this. Why? What is the reason? In the Mahabharata, amongst all the Pandava brothers, Arjuna was the most celebrated of the Pandava brothers. He was highly qualified, highly skillful archer, one of the best warriors. Even Duryodhana knew that if we have to fight with the Pandavas, as long as Arjuna is there on the side of Yudhishthira, it is impossible for us to win. He knew that. Arjuna, during one of his forest exiles, he did a lot of tapasya, and Lord Shiva appeared before him. But Shiva wanted to test Arjuna, and so he came disguised along with Parvati. He came like a hunter, and he challenged Arjuna to a duel. And Arjuna and Shiva fought the duel, and finally Shiva became pleased. Oh, Arjuna is, even Shiva could not defeat Arjuna. And so Shiva became pleased. You are such a wonderful warrior. And Shiva gifted him his own Pashupatastra. And not only that, Arjuna like this got different astras from different personalities. He got one astra from Varuna, he got an astra from Yamaraj, like that. Eventually, in the body of the human being, Arjuna went to Swargaloka. If one has to go to Swargaloka, one cannot go in one's ordinary human body. One has to do a lot of punya karma, then take a birth in the Swargaloka with a body which is compatible to Swargaloka. Then only one can enter into Swarga, heavenly planets. But Arjuna was so highly qualified, he went in his human body, he ascended to Swarga. And there he went to the assembly of Indra. And because Arjuna was such an exalted person, he was given a half elevated seat in the assembly of Indra. An elevated seat is given to all the devatas there, Varuna, Chandra, Surya, etc. Now, Arjuna is a mortal human being. He cannot sit on the level of devatas, but at the same time, all the devatas also understood he is not an ordinary person. We have to respect him. So they gave him a half elevated seat. Not as elevated as the devatas, nor low like that which is given to normal people. Even there also, Arjuna was highly respected. And Indra gave his Vajrastra to Arjuna. And while Arjuna was in Swarga, Urvashi became attracted to Arjuna, and she approached him in his room, and she wanted to associate with him. But Arjuna did not even look at her face. He closed his eyes and he said, "You are my mother." Why? Because Urvashi earlier had been married to Pururava. And Pururava happened to be the forefather in the dynasty of Arjuna. And therefore Arjuna said, "You are my mother. I cannot behave with you. I cannot relate with you like a lover. Not possible." Then Urvashi said, "All these rules and regulations what you are talking are suitable for human beings. It is not applicable to devatas. So I am beyond all this." So what laws are applicable, laws of dharma are applicable for the human society, is not applicable for the devatas. For the devaloka, for the devatas, there is a different set of rules, dharma to be followed. But Arjuna said, "No, nothing doing. I cannot associate with you. You are like my mother. I can only offer you my obeisances." Urvashi became upset and she cursed him and she left. And that is how Arjuna later on became Brihannala. She said, "You are not a man at all, you become a eunuch like that." And that is how Arjuna later became a Brihannala. But he didn't bother. Arjuna was not at all flustered. He said, "Okay, my mother is cursing me, I am ready to take it." You see the impeachable character of Arjuna. Imagine one Apsara is coming and telling, "I want to associate with you, I want to have a physical relation with you." And Arjuna is saying, "No, not possible." You compare this with Menaka. When she approached Vishwamitra Muni, she did not even go and express any feelings towards him. Vishwamitra Muni was deep in meditation. She just walked in front of him and the tinkling of her ankle bells, Vishwamitra Muni opened his eyes, his meditation broke, and he associated with Menaka, and that is how Shakuntala was born. You can imagine Vishwamitra Muni, such an exalted sage, Shri Krishna Rukmini Satyabhama ki jai. Such an exalted sage, he could not withstand the overtures of an Apsara. Apsaras are so beautiful. It is said that Nalina Gandharucha, their body, the bodies of the Apsaras are naturally fragrant like the lotus flower. That is the standard of their beauty. No human being can compare to the beauty of an Apsara. Naturally, Vishwamitra Muni got attracted. But Arjuna, he was not a yogi, he was not a rishi, he was an ordinary Kshatriya king, and Kshatriya kings are allowed to associate with women and have as many wives as they wish to. But in front of Apsara, who came and approached him and expressed her desire to associate with him, Arjuna refused. You can imagine the amount of self-restraint, self-control that Arjuna has over his senses. And so, Arjuna has a strong sense of dharma. All his life, he perfectly followed the path of dharma, never deviated from dharma. In fact, Arjuna had conquered over sleep also. That is why another name for Arjuna is Gudakesha, one who has conquered over the material ignorance as well as conquered over sleep. Now that Arjuna, when he was present before Krishna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, what did he tell Krishna? He told him that dharma sammod karpanya dosho pahata swabhavaha prichami tvam dharma sammoda chetaha yet sreyeha syan nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. He said, Arjuna told Krishna, karpanya doshopahata swabhavaha. I am completely, my character has been destroyed because of miserly nature. I am a very weak person. Who is saying? Arjuna is saying. Who fought with Shiva and Shiva could not defeat him. Who in front of Urvashi did not bend down. He did not allow his senses to go out of control. That Arjuna is saying, Karpanya dosho pahata swabha. I am a very weak person. I have no strength whatsoever. Dharma sammoda chetaha. I am completely bewildered about dharma. What is dharma, adharma? I have no idea. This is the way Arjuna presented himself. Shishyasteham. I am your disciple. Yet sreyeha syam nishchitam. What is actually good for me? I have no idea. So, therefore, I am requesting you, please with certainty, you instruct me. Krishna, you instruct me. You instruct me as your disciple, what is good for me? Arjuna also, you see, such an exalted person. He did not tell Krishna, Krishna, I have fought with Shiva. I have fought with so many big personalities. And I have fought with Bhishma, I have fought with Karna, I have defeated all of them. I have fought with Gandharvas, defeated all of them. And I am in full control of my senses. Even Urvashi could not disturb me. So come on, teach me. Is that the way Arjuna said? No. Arjuna is saying, no, I am a weakling. I am a useless person. I have no strength. I have no idea what is dharma, adharma. I am a confused person. This is the way Arjuna presented himself. Exactly like Devahuti. Why? If we look at the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sanatana Goswami hailed from a Brahmana family. His parents were originally from Karnataka. They were Karnataka Brahmins. And somehow their forefathers, they had gone and settled in Bengal. And that is how Sanatana Goswami and his brother Rupa Goswami and their younger brother Anupama, they were all in Bengal. Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami were highly intelligent and very learned, big scholars. They knew Persian, they knew Sanskrit, they knew Arabic. Very exalted, very scholarly, very intelligent. The whole society knew them to be Panditas, real high-class scholars. So much so that the Sultan of Bengal at that time, Nawab Hussain Shah, he recognized very intelligent people. He took both brothers and made them ministers in his government. You can imagine a Muslim. He is seeing these people are so intelligent, better I make them ministers. He made them ministers. Actually, normally the Mughal rulers and these sultans who were there, of course, Nawab Hussain Shah was not from the Mughal dynasty, but all the Muslim rulers who used to be there, they would normally be very, they would not encourage Hindus. They would only suppress them. But Nawab Hussain Shah was not like that. He was quite liberal. Sometimes it is said Akbar was also like that. Some Muslim rulers were a little liberal. Nawab Hussain Shah was like that. Therefore, he did not mind elevating Hindus to the position of ministers in his government. You can imagine Sanatana Goswami, if he has to be noticed by the Nawab of Bengal, not ordinary. That Sanatana Goswami left his minister post and gave up his family, everything, left Bengal and went and met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kashi, Varanasi. After giving up, after renouncing his family, his job, everything, Sanatana Goswami went and met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and surrendered to him in Varanasi. When Sanatana Goswami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Varanasi, how did he meet him? Sanatana Goswami told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Apanara hita hita kichui na jani. What is good for me, what is bad for me, I have no idea. I have no idea. Gramya vyavahare pandita tai satyamani. Gramya vyavahare, in the society, amongst common people, everybody calls me Pandita. Gramya vyavahare Pandita. Tai satyamani. And I am also thinking that I am a great Pandita. But actually, what is the fact? What is good for me? What is bad for me? What is beneficial for me? What is not beneficial for me? I have no idea. Like Arjuna also said, Yat Sreyaha Syan Nishchitam Bruhi Tanme. What is beneficial for me? Please tell me, Krishna. Like that, Sanatana Goswami also told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is beneficial for me? What is harmful for me? I have no idea. People call me Pandita, and I am also thinking I am a big Pandita, but actually I don't know anything. Kene ami? Who am I? Kene amai jare tapatrai? Why am I undergoing the threefold miseries? I have no idea. Please tell me. This is how Sanatana Goswami approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Kichui na jani. I actually don't know who I am, what is good for me, what is bad for me. I have no idea. I have no knowledge. So therefore, you please instruct me. You please reveal the truth to me. Sadhya sadhana, kichui na jani. What is the goal of life? Sadhya. And what is sadhana? How to achieve that goal of life? Puchite na jani. I don't even know how to ask these questions. So I don't know to ask, even to ask about spiritual subject matter. What kind of questions to ask, I have no idea. So you please, whatever has to be told, you please tell me without my asking. This is how Sanatana Goswami presented himself. You can imagine, minister in the court of the Nawab of Bengal, great scholar, learned person, so many, and born in a Brahmana family, very aristocratic Brahmana family, all these qualifications. When he went in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did not say, Mahaprabhu, I come from Brahmana family, I have been minister in Nawab's court, I gave up that, and I have come to you. I am a great learned scholar in Sanskrit, Persian, Arabic, all these things are known to me. So come on, tell me. Tell me what is the absolute truth. No. He said, no, I don't know anything. People call me Pandita, scholar, and I am such a fool, I am thinking I am a Pandita. This is my state. And I don't even know who I am. This is the way Sanatana Goswami presented himself. Exactly like Arjuna and Devahuti. Now in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is another description of Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri was born in a Brahmana family, and in his later life he took sannyas. He took sannyas from the Madhva Sampradaya. And after taking sannyas, he used to travel to many places, and he came to Vrindavan also once. And there in Vrindavan, it so happened that Krishna appeared to him and told him that he is there as a deity called Gopala in the bushes, and that Madhavendra Puri has to take him out and he has to install him. Krishna personally appeared and instructed Madhavendra Puri, so exalted a devotee. Madhavendra Puri took out Gopala and then he installed him. And after that, second time, again Krishna appeared to Madhavendra Puri and he told him, for so many years I have been out in the open in the bushes, I am feeling very hot. So you please go to Jagannath Puri and get me some Malaya Chandan. Because Chandan, sandalwood paste, if it is applied on any part of the body, it will cool. So he said, go to Odisha. So there, where Vrindavan is in Uttar Pradesh. From there, Gopala is telling Madhavendra Puri, go to Odisha all the way to Jagannath Puri, and from there you bring Chandan for me. So Madhavendra Puri walked all the way, and he was already about 80 years old at that time. He walked all the way from there, and he came to Kirchor Gopinath in Remuna. And there Gopinath stole a pot of kheer for Madhavendra Puri. You can imagine how exalted he is. And then Madhavendra Puri, from there he went to Jagannath Puri, and with the help of the devotees there, he got the Chandan. And then he took the Chandan and started coming back. And on the way again he stopped at Remuna, at Gopinath temple. There again Gopala appeared to Madhavendra Puri, and he told him that it will be very difficult for you to take this Chandan and come all the way to Vrindavan. On the way you have to cross so many provinces where the Muslim rulers are there. They will trouble you. So I am not different from Gopinath in Remuna. So you apply all the Chandan to him. It is as good as applying to me. And so Madhavendra Puri stayed there until all the Chandan was made paste and applied to Gopinath. So like this, 3 times Krishna appeared to Madhavendra Puri and gave direct instruction to him. Such an exalted person. Now this Madhavendra Puri was the first person in that line of Madhva's Sampradaya who exhibited ecstatic symptoms of bhava. Until the stage of Madhavendra Puri, there was nobody in the Sampradaya who would exhibit the symptoms of bhava. This Madhavendra Puri, later, when he became further older, he became very sick and invalid. And all the time he would be lying on the bed. He would not be able to get up. Now Madhavendra Puri had many disciples. Advaita Acharya was a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Nityananda Prabhu is also said to be a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Ishwara Puri is a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. It is said that Keshav Bharati also took sannyas from Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri was the spiritual master for many important people. He also had one more disciple by the name Ramachandra Puri, who was also a sannyasi. Now Madhavendra Puri, in his old age, he became completely invalid and bedridden. At that time, Ishwara Puri, amongst all his disciples, Ishwara Puri took personal care of Madhavendra Puri. He would clean his stool, urine, bathe him, wipe him, and constantly, always, Ishwara Puri would be chanting Hare Krishna mantra and reciting different pastimes of Krishna. Why? Because Madhavendra Puri was in the ecstasy, in bhava, he was feeling constant separation from Krishna. And Madhavendra Puri would often recite one verse. Ai Deena Dayardra Nata He Mathura Nata Kadavalokyase Hridayam Twadaloka Kataram Daita Brahmyati Kim Karomyaham. This verse was spoken by Radharani. When Krishna left Vrindavan and went to Mathura, Radharani was in intense separation of Krishna. And because Krishna had left Vrindavan and he had gone to Mathura, she said, Mathuranatha, now you have become Mathuranatha. You have gone out to Mathura. You are in Vrindavan, you are Vrindavan Natha, now you have left Vrindavan and you have gone to Mathura. You become Mathuranatha. And because you have gone to Mathura, now Kadavalokyas, I am waiting, when will I see you? I am not able to see you. Otherwise, every day when Krishna would take out the cows for grazing and he would come back in the evening, morning and evening, both times, Radharani and all the gopis would be able to see the lotus face of Krishna. Now Krishna has gone away to Mathura, they are not able to see Krishna. Kadavalokya say, I am intensely waiting, when will I be able to see you? And Mathuranatha, now you have gone away to Mathura, you have become the master of Mathura, you become the king of Mathura. And Deena Dayardranatha, because you are I am praying to you because you are very merciful to the meek and the humble. So I am a very weak person, I have no strength, I am a simple woman, I am praying to you so that you show some mercy to me. Hridayam Tadaloka Kataram, my heart has become, Daita Brahmyati, has become bewildered because I am not able to see you. Brahmyati kim karomyaham, I don't know what to do, my head is all spinning, I am completely bewildered, I don't know what to do, but please give me your darshan. These were Radharani's feelings when Krishna left Vrindavan and went to Mathura. Now, Madhavendra Puri, in that same mood, feeling separation from Krishna, he was constantly chanting this mantra, this verse, and he was also constantly saying, Mathura na paino, Mathura na paino. I could not get shelter in Mathura, I could not get shelter in Mathura, in the mood of Radharani. That if I could go to Mathura, then I can see Krishna there. But I am not able to go there, I am not able to see Krishna. Like this he was crying, constantly he was crying. And so to help him to reduce the feelings of separation, Ishwarapuri would constantly chant Hare Krishna mantra, different holy names of Krishna, and he would recite different pastimes of Krishna so that his Madhavendra Puri's feelings of separation would get subsided. Now one day Ramachandra Puri came there, and Ramachandra Puri, he had gone somewhere, he was traveling, he came, he saw Madhavendra Puri is constantly chanting Mathura na paino, and tears are flowing out of his eyes. So Ramachandra Puri sat next to him and he said, what is this? You are crying like this. Huh? Why are you crying like this? You should think of Brahman. You should, if you are really self-realized, if you are a spiritual master, you should be thinking of Brahman and you should be equipoised. What is this crying and all these kind of things? And telling Mathura na paino, what is this? So Madhavendra Puri looked at him and he said, already I am burning in the fire of separation, having not gotten Krishna, not gotten Mathura. And now this Papishta has come to pour more fuel onto that fire and increase my burning. Get out of my sight, don't come in front of me. You are useless fellow. Like that he scolded him and chased him away. Now you see, Ishwarapuri, again Ishwarapuri is also not an ordinary person. He became the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Ishwarapuri also highly qualified. And what is he doing? He is cleaning the stool, cleaning the urine of Madhavendra Puri, bathing him, wiping him, and singing the glories of Krishna to Madhavendra Puri. You see, Ishwarapuri, unlike Ramachandra Puri, Ishwarapuri did not think himself greater than his spiritual master. He thought, this is the least I can do for my spiritual master. Very humbly, in a very subservient mood, he served his spiritual master. And because Madhavendra Puri became very pleased with Ishwarapuri, he told Ishwarapuri, my dear son, I cannot do anything for you. The only thing I can do is pray to Krishna to give you Premadhana. And that is why Ishwarapuri became the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself. So actually, this attitude of devotional service is what bhakti is actually dependent upon. The process of bhakti depends upon the attitude of service. As it is stated, Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam hrishikena hrishikesha sevanam bhaktir uchyate. What is the definition of bhakti? Sarva upadi vinirmuktam, being freed from all bodily designations. I am the father of someone, I am the mother of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I am such a big scholar, I am the minister in Nawab, I am such an exalted king, I have gone to Svargaloka in the human body. All these designations, keep it aside. Sarva upadi vinirmuktam tat paratvena, being completely surrendered to Krishna, being Narayana para, being Krishna para, tat paratvena nirmalam, in that purified state, Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam, serving Krishna's lotus feet with our senses, Bhakti Ruchyate is called Bhakti. So, Bhakti is dependent upon the attitude of devotional service. Otherwise, without an attitude of devotional service, there is no Bhakti. Now, this devotional service, when we speak of it, it is stated that Shri Krishna Namadi Nabhavayed Grahyam Indriyaihi. It is not possible to capture Krishna's holy name and Krishna's form, pastimes, qualities, etc. with our material, blunt material senses. It is not possible. Then how do we serve Krishna? Because serving begins with Shravana, hearing about Krishna, and Kirtanam, talking about Krishna, chanting his holy name, and you are saying it is not possible to capture with the senses. Then how do we serve him? Sevonmukhehi jihvadau swayameva spuratyadaha. One has to begin one's service with chanting with the tongue. Then Krishna will reveal himself to us. So, the basis of bhakti is devotional service. Devotional service is fully dependent upon, is wholly dependent upon the attitude of service. And service, devotional service to Krishna begins with chanting the holy name, begins with the tongue. Now that chanting of the holy name, when can someone do that? What is the qualification to be able to chant Hare Krishna? Because if you see in the outside world, not everybody can chant Hare Krishna. Sometimes we go and meet many people, we tell them, we give them a mantra card and tell them to chant. Sometimes some people you tell to chant, they cannot chant, their mouth, their tongue will not work. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanyina manadena kirtaniya sadaharihi. One will be able to chant Hare Krishna, one will be able to chant Krishna's holy name incessantly when one feels oneself, Trinadapi sunichena, one feels oneself lower than the grass. And one is Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna, one is more tolerant than the tree. This is the qualification to be able to chant Hare Krishna. And chanting Hare Krishna is the beginning of devotional service. And service is the basis of bhakti. Bhakti yoga starts with that. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has clearly told that chanting Hare Krishna can be done only when Trinadapi Sunichena, we feel lower than the blade of grass. And that is what all these personalities are exhibiting. Whether it is Devahuti, like she is saying here, Yosha, Mandadhi, she is saying, I am useless, I am such a weak person, I have no intelligence. She is actually feeling like that. Even Arjuna is also feeling, I am also weak in Karpanya, I am a Kripana, I am such a weak person, I have no strength. I am a completely weak person, I don't know, I am fully bewildered about what is Dharma, Adharma, I have no idea. Arjuna, such an exalted person, is feeling like that. Although he is, in one sense, if you look at it, he is even more exalted than Vishwamitra Muni. He is more controlling, he is more capable of controlling his senses than Vishwamitra Muni. But he is saying, Karpanya, Kripana, I am a Kripana. And Dharma Sammoda Cheta, my Cheta, intelligence is all bewildered, cannot understand what is Dharma, Dharma. Similarly, Sanatana Goswami, such a great scholar, Pandita, such a great minister, he is saying, I don't know people call me scholar, and I am also thinking I am a big learned person. But actually, I don't even know who I am. I am totally under the control of the three kinds of miseries. All these great personalities, by their example, have shown what is the attitude in which devotional service has to be rendered. This attitude of devotional service is the whole bhakti, our progress in bhakti, the process of bhakti yoga is dependent upon this attitude of devotional service. And when this attitude of devotional service, of being humbler than the blade of grass, is there in a devotee and he performs bhakti yoga, what does that bhakti yoga process constitute? It constitutes surrender, submission. And that is why you will see Arjuna, in that feeling of karpanya, in that feeling of dharma sammoda cheta, I am completely confused, I am bewildered, I don't have any intelligence, I am not a capable person, I am a very miserly person, I am not even a kshatriya, I am none of these things. I am not even qualified to be a kshatriya. He is thinking like that. In that mood, what is he doing? Shishyasteham. He is surrendering to Krishna. Similarly, Sanatana Goswami is going to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is feeling, everybody is calling me scholar. I am also thinking I am a scholar. Such a fool I am. I don't even know who I am. Please, you instruct me. What is beneficial for me? What is not beneficial for me? Who I am? What is the goal of life? What is the process of achieving that ultimate goal of the human form of life? He is surrendering to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and accepting him as his spiritual master. Similarly, Devahuti also, she is saying, Mandadhi, Yosha, I am a simple, ordinary woman, uneducated, illiterate, and Mandadhi, I am not at all intelligent, I am very foolish. And then in that mood, she is saying, Bhavad Anugrahat, please bless me. Bhavad Anugrahat, show your grace upon me. That means she is accepting Kapila Deva, her own son, as her spiritual master. So this surrender and this attitude of devotional service, these two things are very, very important in Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga, the whole process of Bhakti Yoga is surrender, and the whole Bhakti Yoga, process of Bhakti Yoga, the whole process of surrender in Bhakti Yoga is dependent upon our attitude of devotional service. This attitude of Karpanya, this attitude of Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna, actually what happens, like Devahuti is saying, Bhavad Anugrahat, it attracts the anugraha, it attracts the grace of one's spiritual master. Just like you see, Madhavendra Puri, because he attracted, Ishwara Puri attracted the grace of his spiritual master Madhavendra Puri by his being lower than the blade of grass and doing all kinds of menial service to Madhavendra Puri without any hesitation. Therefore, he received the blessing of Madhavendra Puri, and by the blessing of Madhavendra Puri, because he pleased Madhavendra Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Ishwara Puri as his spiritual master. On the other hand, Ramachandra Puri, who did not have such an attitude of surrender and Trinadapi Sunichena, lower than the blade of grass, Ramachandra Puri did not have that. He thought, I have understood everything. I am situated in Brahman. What is this? Madhavendra Puri is not situated in Brahman. He was thinking like that. He displeased his spiritual master, Madhavendra Puri. Because of that, what happened? Ramachandra Puri slowly fell into Mayavada, and in his heart, all kinds of material desires started manifesting, and he became a first-class offender. Wherever he would go, in his mind only one thing would be running. Wherever he would go, he would meet some people, he would make them eat nicely, he would go on feeding them, telling, hey, you are not eating anything, eat more, eat more. He would feed them nicely. And once the person has eaten, he would tell, what kind of person you are, overeating like this, I have never seen anybody eating like this. You must be also making all other sannyasis also eat like this. All their sannyasa dharma is brashta, and you are first class adharmi. Like that he would criticize and go away. And his criticism became so much, he went and criticized Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he came to Ramachandra Puri came to Jagannath Puri also when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was staying there. And he was constantly trying to find fault with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he could not find anything. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. He is very firmly fixed up in his sannyasa dharma. So one day, Ramachandra Puri entered the room of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then he saw on the floor some ants were running around. Oh, ants are running around. That means you must have eaten sweet. What kind of sannyas you are eating sweet daily? Heh. Like that he went out. So like this, Ramachandra Puri became a first class offender. He could not, such an offender he became, he could not understand that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself standing in front of him. Although he was right in front of him, he could not understand. Why? Because he displeased the spiritual master. So, yasya prasadat bhagavat prasadaha. Only if we please the spiritual master, Krishna will become pleased. And only if Krishna is pleased, we can go back to Godhead. We can become liberated from the cycle of birth and death. And so, how is the spiritual master pleased? Spiritual master is pleased by our surrender and our attitude of serving him. What is that attitude? Not in the attitude that I am a great person, I will do big things for Guru, I am such a qualified person. No. When that karpanya feeling is there, I am most useless, I cannot do anything, I am most unqualified, incapable person. Somehow I have to become an instrument in the hands of my spiritual master. If this kind of attitude of devotional service is there, then spiritual master will become pleased. Prabhupada will become pleased. And if Prabhupada is pleased, Krishna is pleased, and we can go back to Godhead. And that is the principle which Devahuti is demonstrating in today's verse. She is showing how she is having feelings of humility and meekness, and she is seeking to please Kapila Deva by her meekness and humility, and that is why she is saying, Bhavad Danugrahat, please show your grace upon me. So this is what we have to understand and learn from the personal example of Devahuti. So I'll stop here. If there is any question, one question or one comment we can take. Yes, Raghav.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Like this is Kali Yuga, so mostly people are fallen. So do you think this Trinadapi Sunichena is the qualification to chant the people the Hare Krishna Mahamantra?
It's not my thinking, it is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said. It is what the examples of the great devotees in Bhagavatam is showing, whether it is Devahuti, or you take Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's own example with Sanatana Goswami, you take the example of Arjuna. Devahuti was in which yuga? She was in Satya Yuga. Arjuna was in Dwapara Yuga. Sanatana Goswami is in Kali Yuga. Irrespective of the yuga you are in, Trinadapi Sunichena is the only way to please the spiritual master, and that's the only way to attract the mercy of Krishna. Only then you will be able to chant Hare Krishna, and only then you will be able to actually progress on the path of devotional service.
But we see, Prabhu, people, even though they are very bad condition,
yes,
but still they are chanting and...
That is because of the causeless mercy of Prabhupada. Prabhupada is still very causeless without any reason. Prabhupada is giving them the holy name. Now it is up to them to take that holy name and then surrender and develop that feeling of meekness and humility. If they don't do that, they will stagnate, they will get stuck there. They will acquire some punya and they will go to Swarga, that's all. They will not be able to progress on the path of spiritual life and be able to go back to Godhead. Okay?
Thank you.
We'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad-Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.